Okay, life has been extremely crazy this week. I can't even explain why. It's just has been. And I had another video ready to upload, and when I was editing it, it just was not good. It was just, I don't know. It was a lot of repetitive things. It was one of those tags, and I just was repeating myself of things I've already said. So I don't know if I'm going to do the 10 something something YouTuber tag or not. If I can think of some new stuff, I will. I was about to take a nap on the couch, and my grandkids are coming over in a little while. I'm going to be babysitting tonight. And I realized if I'm going to do a video, I need to just sit down and do it. I'm going to do one take. I'm not even going to edit this, so whatever you get is what you get. But I decided to quit putting it off, so I got myself a vitamin C drink, and it's one of those drinks that's supposed to give you energy. So I'm going to put it here to remind myself to take drinks of it. My husband and I love to take naps on Sundays after we get home from church, and I slept about 10 minutes and thought I've got too much to do. Okay, I've just got too much to do. So anyway, my sister-in-law came and visited this week, so I would go see her and work and sometimes go back and see her, and then people would come over here, and it was just crazy. So I'm behind in everything, but I am going to get this video up today. Okay, one of the things I said I was going to talk about, or I asked a bunch of things last time that I talked to you, what you wanted me to video about, and I gave you some choices. And so one of them was talking about expectations and guarantees, and kind of what I've learned about those things in the past couple of years, especially the past couple of weeks. I don't really have planned out what I was going to say. I wrote some things down like 3 or 4 months ago and forgot about it. So I'm going to refer to this a little bit. So let me put on my doctor glasses. This makes me look like I'm a psychiatrist or something. So I'm going to put these on while I talk about it. So that can you see? You can see the window over there. So I'll try to keep my head down. Okay. The thing that I've come to learn about expectations is that they can kill you. They can kill relationships. They can kill your mood. They can kill your day, your life, everything. Expectations are built-in things to disappoint you. We all have expectations. Every morning that we wake up, we have an expectation of how that day is going to go. Sometimes it generally goes that way, but most of the time it doesn't. What are we going to do with that? How can we get rid of our expectations? First of all, you might be thinking, I don't have any expectations. You probably do, and you haven't really thought about it, deep down inside. I think it's just a part of the voice in our head of how we think things should go or will go. So just some things that I wrote down the other day. It says, are our expectations in life the one thing that keeps us from being satisfied? What if we let go of all our expectations and learn to let life flow to you as it is without judging events against a backdrop of what we expected would happen or what we dreamed would happen, or what it would be like, or what we are perceiving it as? What if we just let all that go and things just were things and people were just people, and we quit judging them so harshly, in turn changing our mood, always almost to the bad, because people disappoint, life disappoints. Everything can disappoint you if you're expecting and you have it built up in your mind what it's going to be. Some things that I thought about. Let's take, for instance, newlyweds, okay? Let's say that the woman in this new marriage grew up with a working mom. They had extra disposable income, let's say. Her mom didn't like to cook, didn't particularly like to clean, so her mom had a maid. She cooked some, but they had takeout a lot. And she marries this adorable guy who was raised with a stay-at-home mom, who loved to cook, who had a lot of time at home to do those domestic type things, and she enjoyed that part of her life. So you have these two people that are now going to get married. Well, regardless, even if they don't realize it, there's expectations built up in their mind of what their married life is going to look like. Just the home in itself. I'm not even talking about their relationship, but just the home. They have totally different perspectives and expectations. And so the first couple of weeks, everything's wonderful, maybe months, but pretty soon the guy's wondering, why doesn't she ever cook? What's up with this? We can't afford to eat all the time. Why doesn't she clean this house up? It's a wreck. And she's thinking, why does he expect me to cook? I'm working. I'm busy. I have things to do. It's just how they were raised is now clashing because you just kind of automatically think things are going to keep going that way in your life. Well, if you got rid of all that before you got married and talked about it a lot and said, let's talk about this. How are we going to run this show? What do you expect? Well, what do you expect? And then just get rid of all of it and start over from scratch. I think that would be great. Another thing, what happens the minute the doctor hands you your newborn baby? Well, before that, as soon as you find out you're pregnant, you build up this fantasy in your mind of how wonderful it's going to be. And it is wonderful to have a newborn baby, my favorite thing in the world. But no matter how many times people tell you it's going to be difficult, you don't expect it to be that difficult for you because you're pretty sure you're smarter than the rest of them and you're not going to be that tired when you have a newborn. And your newborn's going to be wonderful and cooing in your arms and it's just fantastic. And yes, it is all those things, but all the rest of those things come with it. And pretty soon your expectations are dashed over and over. This is not what I expected. This is not what I wanted. This is harder than I expected. On and on and on. A more simple expectations that I thought of. This is a good one. In America, we have this famous painter that was, I think he's dead now. I don't even know. His name was Norman Rockwell. And he painted the most beautiful paintings of American life. And they weren't always the best things about American life, but they were pictures that we all have of American life. And there was the one of Thanksgiving morning where the grandma's bringing in the ginormous turkey and things like that. And we kind of, I don't know if kids have that now, but my generation, you kind of grew up with the Norman Rockwell thought that everything's going to be like that when you raise your family and your kids are going to be this and that and life is not going to be so scary and so crazy and so busy. Life really changed from when I was a kid to when I was having kids. And I guess that's true for everyone. But I'm thinking of Christmas morning. I don't know what it is about me, but I hate Christmas morning. I have never liked Christmas morning. It is a weird, I don't like Christmas Day. It's a weird day. I love everything leading up to Christmas Day, okay? I love all the decorating and the music and the shopping and the wrapping. Most of all of that I really, really love. But when it comes to the actual day, it never measures up for me because my expectation every year is it's going to be perfect. And my kids are going to be super thankful and they're going to love everything I've bought them. This is when they were little. And it just never turns out that way. I don't know what it is. I think my expectations are too high. Well, I have purposely erased all that the past few years and just let Christmas morning come. And not expecting anything, not expecting the perfect gift, not expecting everyone to go crazy over what I picked out for them. So I tried so hard, to pick out the perfect gift. And they're like, oh yeah, that's great. You know what I'm saying? So I've dashed all those expectations and I've had so much happier Christmas mornings, even in my old age, than I ever had before. And I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I bet there's things in your life that you have expectations of and they're not turning out like you thought. I've gone through a lot of that lately in my life. What my life would look like right now. Where would we be? What would we be doing? What would my adult children be doing? So many expectations that I've had that I didn't really even think I had until they're all dashed. They're all gone. And now I've had to rethink them. But what instead I've done is just get rid of them. I have no expectations. Now, I don't mean don't have a positive outlook. And I don't mean don't hope for the best and look forward to the future. What I mean is don't set it up in a little play in your mind that you think it's going to be, because it's just not going to be that. And I hope I hope I'm the only one that does this, but I don't think I am. So let me put back on my glasses. Oh, and realize that my hair's a mess. Okay. Another thing. Something simple like a vacation. How often do vacations really go the way you're picturing? Sometimes they're better, but a lot of times they're not. How many of us have been at Disney World and seen the crying kids, wanting more? And the parents have spent $10,000 getting them there, and now they want to spend $200 in the gift shop. And the parents are like, isn't the trip enough? You know, the vacation, sometimes you built it up in your mind to be so much more perfect than it's even humanly possible for it to be. Parenting of all ages. You think in your mind, if I raise them right, if I do this, this, and this, if I give them this, this, and this, they're going to grow up and they're going to be this. Well, life's just not like that. And I really thought it would be. I really, really did. And it has not been. And it has been the most devastating thing in my life. Absolutely, hands down, the most devastating thing in my life. That everything didn't go as I thought I was hoping it go. Didn't happen, okay? Many things did. I'm not complaining by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just not what I pictured. It's not what I thought it would be. Now, it's not my fault, and that's one of my biggest problems. It's that I think every single thing is my fault. Every single thing is my fault. Some of it probably is, but a lot of it is just outside forces and other things that have come in. So parenting can have a lot of expectations that are unmet. Your job can have unmet expectations. My husband had a career of 20 years, blah, blah, blah. It didn't end the way we thought it would end. Those expectations are gone. And that has been really, really difficult for both of us. Thinking about YouTube, how many times have you run to Ulta or Sephora or Walgreens or CVS or Walmart, anybody, any place, or the internet, and gotten that product that you thought was going to be the answer to everything? Very seldom is it as wonderful as you expected. Sometimes it is, but you know what? I bet you that usually the thing that you bought that is so much better than you expected is not something you heard about on YouTube. Maybe it's something you discovered on the shelf at Walgreens and you tried it and you were like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. You know what I mean? So those are unmet expectations. Sometimes it's if blank, I'll be happy. To me, that's the worst one of all. You need to find out how to be happy now. My husband and I have totally discovered that because we've had so many crazy, heart-rendering, bizarre, strange things happen to us in the past couple of years. And we have really learned the art of being happy anyway. When we don't really even have a right to be happy, we're happy anyway. We're having good days every single day, almost every single day. And we found the absurdity in some of the things we've gone through. We found the laughter in some of the things we've gone through. We've cried together over all the things we've gone through. But we've learned the secret of not waiting until all these ducks are in a row to be happy, because that will never happen ever, I don't think. But you can be happy regardless. Let's see if there's, one of the things that I figured out is, and you've heard this before, acceptance is the key to happiness a lot of times. Accepting what is and just going with it. Because if you can't change it, don't fight it, because you just need to accept it. There's a book I'm going to get from the library today, and I'm hoping that I will be able to share that with you as well. although it might be kind of new agey, I'm going to get it first before I even recommend it. That kind of talks about these kind of things and how to deal with these kind of things. One other thing I wanted to talk about with expectations is in this daily read I do, 1,000 Gifts by Anne Voskamp, Voskamp. She's a Canadian author. And where is it? It says right here, a child has no expectations. That's why life is such a big surprise for children. They laugh at the littlest things. They roll a ball and they think it's hysterical. They push a car across the floor and they're laughing to the top of their lungs. Why? They don't have any expectations. They're just getting life the first time. So why is it that that stuff happens? Why are they so happy? Because when we have something, a new toy, we have all these expectations of what it's going to do for us or be for us. You know, you get a new sports car. It's super fun for about 2 months and then it's just a car. And so you have to really understand that these things are fun in life. These outside things are fun, but they're not going to be the key to happiness, okay? They're fun. They make you happy for a time, but they're not going to be the key to happiness. If I get a sports car, I'll be happy. If I get that BMW, what's it without the top? It's my dream car. Convertible. I'll be happy. No, I'll just have a big fat car payment when I get that car. But whatever. It says, what a child doesn't have, this whole edifice is the whole edifice of expectation. Without expectations, what can topple the surprising wonder of the moment? If you don't have expectations, you can be surprised all the time because you go, wow, I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? This is hard to do, but I'm telling you, it's doable on a daily basis, but you have to be thoughtful about it and you have to be in the moment. You have to stay in the moment of your life and quit thinking about what should have been, quit thinking about what was, and just be here right now, okay? It says right now, my mama, valley wise and grief traveled, says, expectations kills relationships. I've known expectations as a disease, like a silent killer, heaping her burdens on the shoulders of a relationship until the soul bursts a pulmonary and dies. Expectations kill relationships, especially with God. Wow, that's a big one. You can expect for certain things to happen in your life with your relationship with God, and they don't always happen that way. Your prayers are always answered one of 3 ways: yes, no, and wait. Sometimes when you get the no, your expectations are dashed and you just decide, I'm out of there. I'm out of this. This relationship isn't working out. Well, God never promised that every prayer would be answered the way you're praying it or the way you want it to be answered. So you need to get rid of those expectations too. And I'm saying this in a very general sense, but just pray and leave it in His hands. I have been praying for a specific thing for about 26 years. I've been praying for this thing fervently, like crazy, like mad, like all the time for 10 years. Again, the same thing, but on a whole nother level for 10 years. This past week, that prayer was answered, but it took a long time and it was not answered in the way I expected at all. It was better. So never give up, never give up, never give up if you're praying for something. And expect an answer, but don't expect it to be the one you particularly want, and don't expect it to be delivered the way that you expect it, that you're dreaming or expecting it to be, okay? Because a lot of times it's better, and that's what's so cool about life. Sometimes you get something way better than you thought you were going to get. So I don't know how this video turned out. I'll have to watch it back since I'm not going to edit it. I probably said some things. I don't know. But that's it. That's all I have for today. I have this whole week I'm going to be doing videos every single day. I'm not going to upload them every day, but I'm going to be making them every day, getting ready for Paris next month. I'm doing a lot of things ahead because I've got a very busy schedule. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, and I hope it's better than you expected. Thanks. Bye.